Thank you for your testimony. Mr. Dooley, you may proceed.
Well, thank you, Chairman Denham and Ranking Member Capuano, and it's a pleasure for me to be testifying today on this Staggers Act. And I represent the American Chemistry Council, and we employ about 800,000 men and women throughout this country. We are the second largest shipper of commodities by rail in the country, and it's absolutely important for us to have a strong rail industry. I want to say at the outset, there is no interest among our membership to see a re-regulation of the rail industry and go back 20 or 30 years ago. But we do feel that when we've seen what has transpired over the past, since the Staggers Act has been implemented, that we have a changed rail landscape that is resulting in a greater consolidation. And with this greater consolidation of the rail industry, it is changing the marketplace and the competitiveness of the marketplace. Because what we have seen happen, and just since I guess you go back to 2001 when you had the last major consolidation in the rail industry, we now have basically 7 Class I rail lines out there, of which 4 are responsible for 90% of all shipments. We think that also can be, you can see a correlation to that increased consolidation to what we've seen as a fairly rapid increase in the shipping rates, which have increased almost 100% since about 2001. That's also resulted in that consolidation into an increased number of shippers that are captive to one rail line. We think now that there's almost, the figures you can, are close to 75% of all shippers now in our industry are captive to one rail line. What that is resulting in is a fairly significant increase in rates and cost of shipments. We have done an analysis using AAR data and STB data, I should say, that has calculated what is the cost of shipments that exceed the 180% RVC, recoverable variable cost, that the STB uses as to consider whether or not a rate could be challenged. In the last year, that figure was about $20 billion. Now, what we're also concerned is not by the aggregate amount of that, because I'm not challenging, all those rates are certainly not unjustified. But what we are also seeing is a very rapid increase in the rates that are in excess of that 180%. In fact, we've seen a 50% increase in the rates, an increase of 300% of the RVC since 2005. So that is what is being experienced not just by our industry, but by shippers throughout the country. And that has resulted in a coalition that we have helped to organize that includes 47 other groups representing manufacturer, agriculture, and energy interests that employ about 4.7 million people and contribute $2.4 trillion in economic output. And what we're asking for is some common sense reforms to the Staggers Act and some modifications that Honorable Commissioner Miller has articulated. We think it is badly in need of reforms. So what we are suggesting is that we need to give greater attention to improving the administrative process, reforming rate bundling protections, closing rate review loopholes, allowing competitive switching, updating rate review standards, and providing arbitration as an option to streamline rate reviews. There are clearly regulatory and financial impediments to securing rate relief through STB. STB's own calculations are it costs about $5 million to bring a rate case to the STB. It takes close to 3 years before you get an outcome in that rate dispute case. That clearly is not acceptable. Now, I think that there is a way forward, and I appreciated Congressman Schuster's acknowledging the action that the Senate took that passed a bill that passed unanimously out of the Senate Commerce Committee. But what we need to do is set aside some of the hyperbolic rhetoric. And I just want to cite a statement that Ed Hamburger has in his written testimony. He said, "When one looks behind the actions that proponents of re-regulation are urging upon Congress and the STB to reform freight rail policy, it is clear that reform is a euphemism for force railroads to subsidize us, and that the needs of railroads and the general public are a distant second to their own narrow desires." Let me be very clear that the farmers, the manufacturers, The energy producers that are all part of our coalition are not narrow interests. They are in every congressional district in this country. What we are asking for is common sense reforms that have been articulated by SDB commissioners. What we are asking for is common sense reforms that are advanced by the Senate. This type of rhetoric does a disservice to shippers that are customers of the rail industry, that need a strong rail industry. It's an insult to Senators Thune and Senator Nelson, who embraced the objectives that are part of the SDB reforms that we are trying to advance. I hope that we can continue to work with this committee to see if we can advance similar legislation that ensures there's nothing mutually exclusive about a strong and a financially robust rail industry and giving an equitable, efficient access to a rate resolution process through the Surface Transportation Board. Thank you.